And in this episode, I would like you to look at a text I came across some time ago. State-of-the-art fire station burns down because it had no fire alarms. Okay, what happened? Let's find out. First of all, when we have state-of-the-art fire station, if something is state-of-the-art, it's really modern. It's got all the top-notch technology. It's got all the highest technology possible. So state-of-the-art fire station burns down. It burns to the ground. There is a fire and nothing is left. It burns down because it had no fire alarms. Okay, so what happens? A multi-million euro fire station in Western Germany has burned down along with 10 fire engines on the site because it didn't have any fire alarms installed. Now we know that already, but we don't know is that it burned down with 10 fire engines. It had 10 trucks, 10 big cars for firefighters to move around in. It has burned down. We've got present perfect. It has burned down because it's no longer there. The fire started, the fire continued. The result is a burnt down fire station. The new fire station in Stadtdallendorf, it was Germany, so that's the name of the town, was hailed by the local press as a modern state-of-the-art building when it opened last year. So it was just a one-year-old fire station. But months later, the local firefighters and others in the region found themselves in the embarrassing situation. So a situation that you don't want to be in, something that is kind of shameful. You are embarrassed, ashamed of it, of trying to put out a blaze at their own premises. Now, you put out a blaze, that means you want to extinguish a fire. You want to stop a fire. Put out a blaze. Okay? Put out a blaze at their own premises. According to the local press, the fire station had not been fitted with the alarms when it was constructed. That means nobody actually fitted the fire alarms when it was constructed. It hadn't been fitted with fire alarms when it was constructed. This was apparently because of it being classified as an equipment storage location, which does not legally require the installation of fire alarms. It wasn't really a fire station. It wasn't classified. They didn't legally see it as a fire station. It was seen as an equipment storage location. So people did not exist there for them. That's why it was possible not to install fire alarms. Okay, so as you can see, these are the results of legally classifying a building as other than it should. It is a nightmare for a firefighter, a horrible thing, a nightmare for a firefighter. No one wants to extinguish his own fire station. No one wants to work on fighting a fire at their own station. Lars Schaefer, the district fire inspector, told reporters after firefighters failed to bring the blaze under control. Again, we've got the word blaze. Now, blaze, fire, the flames, under control. So they wanted to sustain the fire. They wanted to stop it. The fire has caused estimated damage of 20 million euros, 16 million pounds, including the loss of 10 fire engines. Some 175 fighters, including local volunteers, were brought in. So they were actually called in to tackle the blaze, to fight the blaze, which involved flames that climbed as high as 10 meters, according to witnesses. It was not immediately clear, so they didn't know from the start what happened, what the reason of the fire was, what caused the fire. It wasn't immediately clear. It's a very nice phrase to use when we don't really know what happens right at the start. We don't know what the real, what the cause of a situation is. It's not immediately clear. It wasn't immediately clear. But local reports suggested it could have been a malfunctioning battery charger. If something is malfunctioning, it doesn't work properly. Okay, so we've got a malfunctioning battery charger, a malfunctioning car, a malfunctioning gun. Okay, if you're in the army, in the military. But okay, something can be malfunctioning, metaphorically speaking, as well. So it doesn't work. It's not working properly. Battery charger. Okay, a battery. We can have a battery in our phones. We can have a battery in our computers, but we can also have batteries in our cars. So probably there were cars, there were automobiles that were charged, whose batteries were charged, so they were simply e-vehicles. A spokesman for the local authorities said the centre had at least been fitted with a fire protection wall, which stopped the blaze from spreading to other buildings. According to The Guardian, Mr. Schaefer said that the station had to be built quickly as possible, ASAP, for local morale, which could explain the absence of fire alarms. Okay, as you can see, they had to rush things. And when you rush things, you don't do them properly. You forget to double check things, and unfortunately, tragic things like this can happen, but it can happen in real life, in in your everyday life as well. Obviously, hopefully not as tragic as a fire, but basically things go wrong when we rush things. The Hesse State Fire Brigade Association has called for, they have called for an urgent review of the building regulations that allowed the station to be built without fire alarms. So they basically want to reread, they want to review, they want to check why it was possible to build a fire station without fire alarms, and probably they want to change things in the law. Discussions are also being held on whether a replacement fire station should also have fire alarms installed, Mr. Schaefer added. So they're still debating it. I mean, I think it's quite obvious when you look at the pictures. Right, so we got to the end of the story. We know that a fire station in Western Germany has burned down. We've got present perfect there. We know that a lot of expensive equipment has burned down. They were not able to contain the fire. They were not able to put out the blaze. A lot of fire engines burned down, but they are not really sure what happened. And which part of the text suggests it? Well, it's this one. Where is it? I've got it here. This is a nice phrase. Local reports suggested it could have been a malfunctioning battery charger. If something could have been, it means we're not sure. We are speculating. They are not saying it was a battery charger. They are not saying it wasn't. They are speculating. It could have been. It might have been. It may have been a malfunctioning battery charger. Okay, this is the text. This is the story. These are the words and the grammar in the text. So see you next time for a different news story, a short analysis of the grammar and vocabulary, authentic English news. See you next time.